what is your organisation and the other organisations that have brought this application to court seeking? So if you were to be successful, what would we see change in Parliament and the way that Parliament is broadcast?
Well, the first thing is that you'd actually see what's going on. You wouldn't have the feed cut. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that instead of, when there is something happening in the chamber, simply focusing in on the speaker or the acting speaker, that the camera would go to a wide-angle shot and you'd be able to see what is happening in the chamber, and that would be the case while Parliament is in session. So that's in essence the order. There is a second part to the order which is about signal jamming, which is really pressing the State Security Agency on the question of signal jamming. They say, you don't need an order, we're not going to do it again, and we didn't mean to do it anyway, it was a mistake. And we're saying, well, let's just make clear what the rules are for jamming. If you're going to do this thing, we need to make sure that it's only done with the speaker's knowledge and very clearly laid out as something that will happen and how it will happen, so that people can plan for that and people can know when they will not be able to access their own devices.
Let's talk a little bit about the camera operators and presumably the director who oversees what shot gets broadcast. I can imagine that going forward, if this were to happen, if people were to be trained to be focused on the action of Parliament, as it were, that we would need independent production companies in Parliament, or is this something that your organisation is not particularly concerned about, not unless they really are jeopardising whatever is ruled by the court?
Oh, it's something we're very interested in, and I think it's probably a fight for another day. Journalists in the SONA ended up having to take footage using their own phones. That footage was then made available. Technically that's actually a contravention of the rules and policies of Parliament, which it shouldn't be. But you can only fight so many battles at once. The battle we're fighting for right now is the broadcast feed, but I have to say that if any journalist, member of the public, was taking footage in the House and was in some way charged for doing that, that's a case that we would be very interested in.